Good morning. Hey guys, me again, your old buddy Steve-O. Long time no see. Hello to everybody. So here's the deal. We're about 2 days short of being 5 weeks out from when I put the box of bees in the hive. I really haven't recorded anything because all I've been doing is feeding them and watching them. That whole incident with me getting wrapped up with bees a few weeks ago, for some reason they were really not in a good mood. They've been very good since then. I've not been stung again. I've been opening the hive with nothing on. I have discovered that they do not like my beard. So I've got some strategies coming up to take care of that, which do not include shaving off the beard, I can tell you that. So this morning what we're going to do, I'm going to open the hive up. I'm going to do a kind of semi-quick hive inspection. I'm going to add a deep to the box. I'm going to move frames around so that I'm going to do what we call checkerboarding. And ultimately that will give me, look out, that will give me a, hang on a second. So anyway, I'm going to wind up with a frame with bees and stuff on it, and then a blank one, a new one I put in, and one would spin in there and a new one in both boxes, so that I've got four empty clean frames in the top box and the bottom box. And then I'm just going to use a short honey super to put on the top so that I've got access for that inside feeder. We've been having really wet weather. I'm really glad I went with the inside feeder, so that seems to have cooled them out. Whew, something buzzing in my pocket. I thought I'd be in my shirt. It's my telephone. So anyway, what I'm going to do is pull this apart, checkerboard them. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, show you how that's done, maybe take some pictures so it's, you know, a little more clear going on. But I think what I'm going to do is just set the camera up so that it's shooting at the hive, and I don't know how good the audio is going to be over the long haul, because I just don't know how loud I can be and be heard out here. We've got relatively no wind. Nobody's running any equipment here today. I haven't even heard a loud car go by, so we may get lucky on this. It's just gonna be a matter of time to see what kind of video we get on this. So hang with me. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my gear. One change I did make, you may notice this. I've cut some slits in the collar of this big t-shirt so that I've effectively got a drawstring on it now, because one of the things I found was, even after I fixed my veil so that I could put it on myself, I put long strings on it instead of just those elastic straps that I had last time under my arms that made me look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. The collar of this shirt was still below the veil sometimes, which meant that they could get to the middle of my back and get up underneath the hood. So now I've got this on here, and it's pulled down, tightened up. So that's why this is here. I'm not trying to look fancy. I'm not going to tie it in a bow. But so that's really the only change I've made in gear since then. I'm going to put on all my stuff that I had the last time, the veil and the gloves and the whole 9 yards. I got my hog washers on. I do have my shirt on the outside of my overalls today because it's a little bit muggy out here, and I thought that might give me a little more airspace and try to keep me cool. It ain't working. Hello. All right, so that's what I got for right now. Let me get suited up, move the camera around where I need it, and we'll start from there. Be back in a few. Hang with me. Pull that off. Here goes our fancy schmancy English top. Set this off to the side somewhere. Let me move the camera here for a second. That's my fancy milk jug feeder with just some screen in it, so that it kind of builds a little bee bridge so they can get down in that jug no matter how full it is and get to that syrup. If I had had outside feeders with all the rain we had, I'd have had a mess. Most of my feed would have gone on the ground, I think. Just occurred to me that this camera is cocked. Hang on a second. Let me see what I got there. Hey, that's a little better. Let me go here. All right, this is where it might get dicey. Okay, so everybody's been spritzed down a little bit. So they ain't necessarily happy, but hopefully they can't get to me like this either. So I'm going to pull this off. Can't sit that here. This has got to go here. This is where I'm going to work. You can't really see what I'm doing, but trust me, I'm doing something. I'm just going to pick the feeder up and move it out of the way. There's bees, sugar and all. That should keep some of them busy taking care of that. Alright, breaking out the hive tool. Try to crack that open a little bit. And what am I going to do here? That ain't going to stay there. I spritzed down the inside cover. You can see that. Everybody's reasonably happy. I'm going to sit this off to the side too. I'm not putting anything on the ground. I'm just leaning this on the off side of the hive. Whew. So here's what I was kind of afraid of. They are packed in there. I've got these older frames. I'm going to take these older frames from last year with the comb on them. I'm going to put this in the new box over here. And I'm going to start breaking these out, looking at them a little bit. Holy moly, that's full. Let me see. Kind of blocked my own access here if you want to know the truth. Not thinking ahead because I'm in a hurry because don't know when it's going to rain next. 2 minutes from now I expect. Man, that's in there. Okay, they're getting a little stirred up now. This is when I wish I had a smoker, see? Because the bees that are down in there haven't been hit with any honey or with any sugar water, so they're kind of coming out. Try to get some of that down in between there a little bit. See if I can't get them all interested in something besides me breaking in. Lord, how I wish I had a smoker today. But there are people that don't use a smoker at all, so good God. If I ever get this first one out, I'll have it made. Here we go. Maybe this is it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Daggone it. I can't get both ends busted loose at one time. Damn. So this is a frame, got a lot of bees on it, got some nectar in it. I'm going to put it on the outside. So that goes in the new box over here. What's going to become the top box. Woof. See, now that that first one's out, they'll all slide over enough for me to get down in here. And as I move it, I'm just going to spritz down between the frames to try to keep them busy a little bit. That frame right there is really heavy. Really, really heavy. Lots of nectar in it. No sealed honey yet. No capped honey. We'll put that one to the outside. They are not happy with me. You know what? I've got a bloody hive tool, frame tool here somewhere I'm not using. Whew. Woofda. Okay, let's see. Where is that blasted? There we go. Oh. I forgot I had this magic job. This is a frame tool that allows you to pick it up without crunching anybody. Gives you a better purchase on it. You can see that. That's what we're looking for. This is honey up here, capped brood, plenty of bees working. This one goes, stays in, let me see. You know what? I'm gonna put this one in the top box too. I'm not really looking for the queen because I'm not splitting this hive. All I'm doing is moving part of the bees into an upstairs apartment. So they should be perfectly happy just moving up one story. These two frames here have got so much honey in between them that they're sticking together. Whew, baby, oh baby. Look out, girls. Man, oh man. I am one happy beekeeper, kids. That is a primo frame. I think I'm going to put this one back. And I'm going to take the next one and put it in the top. Whew. Baby, oh baby. Yeah. Break these apart. Try not to crunch anybody. Okay. Whew. Woof. Another really nice looking frame. I'm going to knock that comb off of there. It actually looks like I've got some queen cells down here in the corner, if you can see that. And I'm not particularly worried about those right now. I'll probably come out here in another week and see what that looks like. Okay, I get it. Everybody's hacked off. Nobody's happy. As long as I don't get stung, I'll be happy, all right? So, here we go again. Whoop. Another nice looking frame. I'm going to leave this one in here. What do we got now? I got to take one more out of this hive, and then I can start putting stuff back. Woof. If I had a bottom board, I'd make a split today, but I don't have a bottom board. So I'm just going to put all this back together, and while it's warm the next couple of days and sunny, I might build myself a bottom board. Hang on. Woo. Thought I got bit, but I didn't. I stepped in a thistle. Another nice looking frame, and yet another queen cell. All right, so I'm putting this one over here with these other ones. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the camera off for a minute. I'm going to go sit down, and I'm going to let them settle down a little bit, because they're getting a little bit randy around here. And I need to sit down anyway. See, everybody flinches when you do that. The water's not cold. It just kind of scares them a little. Go back on the other side and get the other side. Whew. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave this one where it is. I'm going to make a blank frame in here and start moving stuff back. Right through my shirt. Just got nailed through my shirt. I hope everybody doesn't smell that and come running. So here, that's just a blank frame with brand new foundation. Okay, I lost my bloody frame tool. Man, there it is. All right, so I'm going to take this one, slide it up against that new one, like that. Look out, girls. Look out, everybody out of the way. There we go, right there. I'm going to take another one of these older ones, and honestly, some of them are kind of ratty looking, but they will fix it. This was from last year, and I'm just going to stick it in there, make sure that the comb is in the middle, and let them fix it. Look out there, look out there. Whew. Just stand here for a second, let them calm down some. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Remove this frame that's been in there. Bees, hive, bees, honey, pollen, right up against that one. Another blank one with the old comb goes in between them. Lord, Lord, Lord. They are not happy. I'm going to move this existing one in one, like that. And I'm going to put another old comb in there for this one. Slide this box up here on top. Make sure the two bodies are lined up good so I don't have to come out here and do this in the rain again. And I'll start backfilling this top box with these frames with the comb on it. Same like we did down below. All right, let me see. We're in church right now. Put another used frame in here. Damn, they're too close. There we go. Ooh, I didn't want to do that necessarily. One left. Get in there. Last one going in, another used one, kind of beat up, missing some stuff. They will fill that in. They'll clean up what needs cleaning, and they'll fill in what needs filling in. And my phone's ringing. I'm going to ignore it for almost obvious reasons. Okay, so we're about where we want to be here as far as adding stuff to the hive. So I'm going to put the inner cover back on right after I get rid of that wax there. I really don't want them building on this for obvious reasons. That would stick the hive together, if you can see that. I'm going to take that off. I'm just going to throw it out here at the front of the hive and they'll find it. Do the same thing with this. I always try to slide the lids in the boxes. That way they'll get out of the way. And hopefully I don't crush too many. Jesus Christ. This is the box I'm going to put on top this time. This is a honey super. You can see it's only about half as tall as the other ones. Eventually, I don't know if it'll be this year because I'm not trying to grow honey this year. I'm trying to grow bees. Eventually, that if you were trying to make honey, you would put this up here with some frames in it, and they would fill that up with honey. Okay, so I'll put my feeder back in the top up here. Slide it around where everybody can get to it. Go get my fancy schmancy English hive top. Make sure that's on there good. Okay, so here we are back in the house. Kind of got a little winded there at the end in case anybody couldn't figure that out. Kind of cussing and mumbling under my breath a little bit while I was doing that. I was kind of disgusted with myself by the time I got this done. I couldn't get all the stuff out of the yard, but luckily my daughter-in-law and my grandson showed up. They came to cut the grass for us today. Anyway, that's increasing. You know, we've doubled the number of frames in the hive today, and you know I've got that box on the top. And if I was to go in a few days, if I can get out and get a bottom board built and get a lid built, I should be able to go out there in a few days and find the queen in either the top or the bottom, and just if she's in the bottom, that's great. That means all I got to do, you know, if I search through the top frames, I don't find her. All I got to do is move that off with those frames with the queen cells, and just start feeding them too, and they'll create their own queen. So that may be the way I go on that. If I really get ambitious, I may find the time and the materials out there laying around to finish the top bar hive, and I may take those frames, split those frames. There were actually two that had queen cells on them. I'll put one in the top bar hive and one in just that other top box moved off to create its own hive. So then I would effectively have 3 hives going out there, a full hive and 2 nukes anyway. And so that would be perfect. That would be halfway to where I want to be at the end of the summer. So you know, it's looking like my surgery is going to be sometime in August. We were thinking it was going to be late August or September, so we're looking maybe sometime, you know, middle of August now. So I've cut maybe 2 weeks to a month off of my time for getting all these hives done. But I think I got enough materials here to finish up the top bar hive, and I'm pretty sure I've got enough stuff out there that I can move that one deep box off and continue to grow some more bees out there. So that's about all I got for today. Glad you guys tuned in. Stick with me. I'll keep you updated on what's going on next out there, and that's about all I can think of right now. Guys, have a big one. Everybody be well. Come back and see me soon. Thanks for watching. Steve-O out.